Namaste. Are you going through a phase in your life where everything feels delayed? Where no matter how hard you try, things don't move forward, and you feel like life is testing your patience every step of the way? Well, if that sounds like you might be in your Saturn Mahādasha in your Vedic chart. Or maybe you're just curious. What does Saturn really do in this long chapter of life? Here's the truth. If your lifespan is long enough, every single one of us will pass through Saturn's Mahādasha. And yet, it's the phase most people fear. 19 years, ruled by the planet of discipline and time. People hear it and immediately think suffering, loss, hardship. But today, I want you to stick with me because I'm going to bust that myth. Saturn doesn't come to destroy you. It comes to purify you, to make you fearless, to make you unbreakable. I can say this because I've lived it. My Saturn Mahādasha began in mid-2009 and it will end in mid-2026. That's almost 2 decades of my life. And let me tell you, yes, it's been intense, but it's also been the most valuable period of growth I could imagine. In fact, if I look back now, I see Saturn as a big teacher. A strict teacher, yes, but one who refuses to let you settle for less than your truth. Before I dive into my journey, let me explain what Mahādasha is in simple terms. In Vedic astrology, your life is divided into planetary chapters, and these are called Mahādashas. Each planet rules for a period of years, shaping your life in a particular way. Saturn's chapter is the longest, 19 years. Inside this chapter, there are smaller sub-chapters called Antardashas. Each one brings a different area of focus: love, money, health, discipline, ambition, depending on which planet Saturn is working with. For me, Saturn came right after a long Jupiter Mahādasha. Jupiter is the planet of expansion. And from 1993 to 2009, everything in my life was growing. Health, wealth, relationship. I felt unstoppable. Like many people riding high, I thought it was all me. I did it with my own effort, proud, and sometimes arrogant. Then my Saturn phase arrived, and immediately the tone changed. Saturn phase lasts for 19 years, and within this phase, there are 9 sub-phases. And I'll go through all of these phases with you because each sub-phase works in different areas of your life. So the first phase of Saturn is Saturn in Saturn. It's about reality checks. And this lasts for 3 years. And during this time, I started losing interest in what I was doing. I had to end many half-hearted projects. It was painful, but necessary. Saturn doesn't tolerate illusions, and what survived those years was real. Then came Saturn in Mercury. This sub-phase lasts for 2 years and 8 months. During this phase, my dad got really sick and passed away. A shock to my system. This phase forced me to organize my life, budgets, contracts, creating systems. It was like Saturn saying, grow up, do it properly. The next phase is Saturn in Ketu, 1 year, 1 month. This was about stripping all of my illusions. Income, wealth stripped away. That was tough. It felt like things were being just taken away from me. Identities, goals, distractions. But what remained was clarity, minimalism, a sense of what really mattered. The next subphase of Saturn is Saturn in Venus for the next 3 years and 2 months. Tested my relationship and quality. It tested love, money, and values. I had to choose quality over hype. And through those lessons, Saturn gave me loyal bonds, relationships that could last for a lifetime. Next subphase is Saturn in Sun for 11 months. Saturn, that's a short period, but very powerful. It was about authority. Could I lead without arrogance? Could I own my role without ego? Saturn made sure I learned that. The next subphase was Saturn in Moon, 1 year and 7 months long. Taught me emotional stuff that was about the heart, emotional maturity. Learning to steady myself, to heal, to make a home, a true place of rest. Saturn tested me here by downsizing big time, but gifted me peace. Then Saturn in Mars for 1 year and 1 month was about sheer grit, getting things done, training harder, protecting my energy, finishing what I started. I came out of it stronger than ever. And right now, I'm in Saturn Rahu subphase for 2 years and 10 months. It's about ambition and temptation. That's where I am now. It's a tricky one. It doesn't pay for shortcuts. It wants me to work hard now and enjoy the rewards later. It forced me to stay ethical, to stay disciplined. Don't fall for illusions. If you follow what Saturn wants, the rewards are massive. But if you don't, the fall can be hard. And the last phase will be Saturn in Jupiter for 2 years and 6 months. It's about legacy. That's a time of teaching, mentoring, consolidating everything I've learned. I know when I reach that, I'll be ready to share in bigger ways. And Saturn will seal it with wisdom. So yes, Saturn Mahādasha lasts 19 years. Yes, it's heavy, but it's not meant to break you. It's meant to rebuild you. By the end of it, you are fearless, unshakable, ready for anything life throws at you. That's why I am deeply, deeply grateful to Shanidev, Lord Saturn. Because behind the discipline, behind the challenges, is the greatest gift, the strength to live your truth. So if you're walking through Saturn Mahādasha right now, don't be afraid. Be respectful. Honor time. Honor responsibility. Honor discipline. And Saturn will reward you with a life you can truly stand on. Namaste.